Hello there, and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of December 2025. I hope you're all well, and I hope you're all looking forward to the Christmas season, which is almost upon us. This time, 10 days, it'll all be over, right? So I'm here to do a tarot reading for you. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to my usual watchers. It's always lovely to see you. Hopefully we'll get something in the cards that means something to you, and that follows on from the last session. And to anyone who's new, who's found me, welcome. It is lovely to welcome you into the fold, to bring you in as part of this reading. It's a reading for the collective, so if you find it, then it means this reading's for you. So I'm just going to shuffle this tarot deck. So this is a deck that was gifted years ago, and I use this for my YouTube tarot for entertainment purposes. We have to say that. But if you want a proper reading, I use the traditional Rider-Waite. So this is the one that I'm using now just for the YouTube. And I did hear once, I said last time in my recording that what did I say? Do you get that? Do you get that where you forget straight away? You're thinking, what was it? Oh yeah, you're supposed to be gifted a tarot. I think you're supposed to be gifted your first tarot. We have one card. So I was gifted that. So I tend to go back to that and use it as a clarifier often as well. It's good to like do a tarot reading, but then bring in other decks just to clarify. So I've got lots of decks with me today, and we'll see how we go. We'll see what the energy is. I've just had some of my methylene blue. You can have it as drops in water, so you can see it's very, very blue. It's not wicked, it is methylene blue. And I usually use like gummies, like methylene blue gummies. Not sponsored for anything of this, but I love the gummies, so I'm trying some of the liquid now, so I can feel it kind of gives you a little, wakes you up a little, gives you a little pep in your step. It works on your mitochondria, so really at the cellular level. So I'm giving that a try in the water. So I've just had some of that. And beside me I have I was gifted a little crystal bracelet. I'll show you. So isn't it beautiful? And it's got a little heart on it there, so I'm just going to pop that on as well. Maybe that'll help during our session. So we're looking for some cards for the collective for Tuesday the 16th, the week before Christmas, before Christmas week. I will be away. I am taking holiday over the Christmas period, so you probably won't hear from me unless I do a quick reading before Christmas, but then you probably won't hear from me until January 6th, I would say, because although I might be back, I won't be ready to do a reading unless I get the urge and then I go, God, I really want to read the cards. So this morning already I've been doing I have no idea what I'm doing. Literally, I was going to put that down. The back of it's got the Ace of Pentacles, which is a very good card. But I'll keep shuffling. Ooh. And nothing else is dropped. Sometimes like you get one dropped and then another one drops, but it's just the one. So yeah, this is probably one of the last readings, unless I post some cards. I'll just take one more as well, please. One more, and then we'll look at the back. Thank you. One more has come out. Don't know what it is. Still don't know. It's turned up. So on the bottom of the deck we have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about part-time work. So I'm just going to go into the read now and stop blabbing on. Part-time work. So some of you be working part-time. Some of you may be working and you've got a little side hustle going. You might be working your normal job and you're trying to build something on the side. You might be doing some study. This can be study or work, because you want to kind of veer off in this direction, but you have the stability of everything that you've built currently. So there can be a little bit of a question between, do I take the leap and go completely into this new thing, even after I spent the years growing my money, growing this business, growing my work? I've been committed to this for quite a while. Am I going to take the chance and do this, or should I go part-time and do a little bit of both just to get me into the zone? It's kind of a bit like what I do, and it gets me into the zone of building something, working on something, something I'm interested in, something that, you know, brings my heart joy. And you can see here he's looking at this. So he's looking at everything that is the structure, is the build, is the financial support. But there is this other thing in his mind. So it's part-time work, it's side hustle, it's something coming in that is slightly different to your regular 9 to 5. And where are you going to go with that? What changes are you going to make? So let's keep that in mind as we go through the rest of the read. So your first card is Justice. So justice can be about contract. So it could be, because this is telling us about what we've built, what we've worked for. Perhaps we've been doing 2 jobs. Perhaps we've been doing something a little bit on the side. Perhaps there's something we want to go and do. That means leaving our regular 9 to 5. That means contract, that means legalities, that means discussion, building a new business, terms and conditions apply. So this is all about the legal aspects. This is about law, this is about contracts, this is about tenancies, about negotiations, about court cases, that type of thing. So something about your work, something about what you're building, and also there's a court case related to it, or there's some legal aspect related to it. Now the idea of Justice card is there's some sort of balance that needs to be brought to this situation, and it could be through some legal enterprise that there is balance being brought together. And we also have the owl here, which is about wisdom. So she's using the wisdom of the beyond the veil, so the spiritual wisdom, and she's bringing that forward into our present day. So it's not someone like the High Priestess, who is very wise and sees through the veil, but is very connected to the veil and very connected to beyond the veil, I should say. Justice has that, but she brings it right into our everyday to bring balance to the situation. She's got scales here. So some sort of legality, contract, agreement, something that might have to go through a court or might have to be signed. And that's in order to restore a situation to balance. And then we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is looking at the Justice. So you can see how he's looking back at the Justice. So perhaps you have had that legality, that system, and you're looking back at it. Now the Hermit can be a Virgo card. It also tends to be a card of someone who's been on their own a while, so being a bit of a hermit. They're happy in their own company. They're very, very happy keeping their own company, having things as they want them. You know, they don't crave attention. They don't need attention. They actually use it for a period of introspection and meditation, looking inward, finding out who they are and what makes them tick. And it's also looking to the past and seeing everything that you've learnt in the past. Sometimes if you go through breakups, or if you go through periods of being alone, either in a different country away from your family, or studying, or you know, you're away from your usual people or usual place, it can be a bit isolating in a sense. But what's happening in that phase is you're learning about yourself differently. So everything that you were, everything that you were contracted to, everything that you were connected to, everything that you were tied up in is changing, and you're in this period of being alone. But you can look at the past to light up your lantern. So your lantern is like your enlightenment, is your inner being, is your wisdom. So everything teaches you. Everything is your lesson that you chose to come and learn. And so you must look at the lessons. You must look at what you've learned. You must look at how you have become, how you have evolved, what the light is telling you. You must bring light into your life. You must walk with the light. You must move from whatever constriction the Justice card has for you. You must move towards the light. You must light up your life. And the idea of the Hermit is you turn around with whatever it is you're facing. You turn around and you move in a different direction. You're looking at the past, but you turn around and you move off in a different direction. Now we also have, you might not be able to see it, but there is a little snake here. And we are still currently in the year of the snake, and it's almost like he's standing on the snake. He's got his foot on the snake. So there is something about that shedding of skin, shedding of the old you, leaving that in the past, Your new skin is going to be your light body, your light-filled skin, this new you that is stepping forward, which is perfect for Christmas, New Year, isn't it? We've had 2025. A lot has happened. A lot has gone down. Big changes have occurred. We've had to dig deep. We've had to connect with who we are. We've had to maybe face some challenges alone. Perhaps before we've always had backup. We've always had somebody we could talk to or whatever. And now we've had to face some challenges alone. But we have realized that we've grown. As emotional as this has been, as up and down it has been, we've actually grown and we've shed that old skin. Could even be changing your hair color, changing how you dress, changing how you want to step forward into 2026. What kind of personality do you want to be? What kind of image do you want to bring out into the world? How are you going to change? How are you going to shed the old skin? Because we'll be changing in 2026. We'll be moving into the year of the fire horse. Very different energy. So this snake energy, this shedding of the skin, this transmutation, this we're transforming, we're slithering our way into this new year. We're actually, it's I'm getting the scales of the scales on the snake's skin itself, the scales on the back of the snake, the weighing scales. So it's bringing all of this shedding to bring you into balance, all of this difficulty that you've had to come through, whether it's legal, contractual, even just agreements you've made with people that are breaking, that are changing, that are having to, be cut, because she has got a sword here. That all teaches you, and perhaps in that teaching, in that evolving, you are actually feeling like you've done a little bit of inner work and you're feeling a bit different. You're different. Life is different. You're looking at life differently because you're shining that light. You're shining that hermit lamp, which is your enlightenment, is your kind of advancement. Then we have the Tower, people coming and going, people moving into your place, people moving out of your place, people moving into work, people leaving work, change in inhabitants in some way. Something's happening, something is changing within your house, within your building, within your home, within your workspace. And it's changing because the foundations can't hold it up anymore. This card always reminds me of Micah at home as well. There are people suffering all over Donegal in Northwest Ireland who have mica in their homes. The building blocks have been made with substandard material and their homes are crumbling. So this always reminds me of that. It's crumbling. Whatever's happening in your life had to crumble, had to fall, had to break down. So you might be leaving, you might be moving off to somewhere to move in with someone, and it's a big change. This is saying it's a big change. It's a big change for the people who are left, and it's a big change for you. You might decide to go back to somewhere. So that's the big change. You're moving back in, or you've moved out, or someone's welcoming you back into the home. There are a lot of cracks here, so wherever you are, it's not quite right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't stand up to the test of what you have for it. It's very choppy water here, so there's a lot of difficulty right now. It could be petty arguments, could be stuff that's just churning up the emotions. And there is lightning here at the top, which is always about the spirit led. So this isn't just some fly-by-night idea you're having. This is a pivotal, this is a huge card. Oh my God, I've just realized. Major Arcana. These are big cards. So justice will be done. The Hermit has learnt a lot, has done a lot of introspection, happy in their own company, but ready to move forward with that education, that knowledge. The Tower, much is collapsing, much is changing. These are huge cards. The next two I know, the final one I don't. The next two are minor. But these are powerful cards. And this can scare people because it's like a destruction. It's like something's going to come in and destroy something in your life. But it's only so we can get rid of it, because you don't need it. You don't need it moving forward. You don't need it going into 2026. Major change is coming in for you now to move you into something better. And what it also means, if you see the people here, they're just flying through the air. They've had to let go. So there's something that you need to let go of, whether it is a home, a building, a work relationship. Something is collapsing because it's not built on strong foundations, and it needs to be rebuilt. So it could be letting go of what was and deciding that you want to rebuild something. Because you know what? We didn't get it right the first time, but we're going to rebuild it with stronger foundations. And that means there's going to be a letting go of what was, a letting go of the old, a letting go with what was substandard. And yes, it's a tumultuous time. We realize that. But this is major change. It can feel a little bit like you're in free fall. It can feel a little bit like you might be drowning, like everything is overwhelming, like it's, this is also a bit like, now I'm looking at life events, the world news reports out there. So we've got major legal issues in every country. We're having to tighten our legalities with certain issues to bring balance to society, because society is going out of balance. Society has gone way too much one way, and we have to bring a pendulum back. It's no point the pendulum swinging one way and holding there. We have to have it center, and it takes a little bit of over and back for us to find our center. There are certain individuals involved, and maybe a lot of individuals who can be said have lonely, introspective lives, have cut themselves off from people necessarily. There can be that isolation that people feel, and during those periods that can really cause a person to kind of, we have a lot of people, and it has been well documented and said, a lot of people are sitting at home on computers and phones, and it's not good for their mental health. So that staring at the wrong light, staring at the screen and being isolated and alone, if you're not doing it in a higher spiritual awareness way, an enlightening way, you could be doing it in a way that is quite low vibrational. And that can lead to all kinds of chaos, that can lead to all kinds of destruction, that can lead to people losing themselves, that can lead to just cracks in society, that can lead to us seeing things collapse, fires burning, people running, people, falling from buildings. I'm just wondering what this is pointing to. But that's in a general society way. Just to be mindful of that energy is still around. And to protect yourself, bring in Archangel Michael for protection. Always, when you leave the house, Archangel Michael, be with me. And if you're in any sort of situation, Archangel Michael, fix this. Now, it could be something as simple as you're on a train and someone gets on and they're a bit rowdy. And you're thinking, oh, don't come near me, please move away. Can we get this person off the train? And you just say, Archangel Michael, get this person off the train. And more than likely, in the next stop or 2 stops, that person will leave the train. And it's funny, it happened to me and a friend once. We were on a train and this guy got on, and he had a bit to drink, and he was shouting, and he was kind of falling all over and being a bit threatening to people. And myself and my friend were both calling in Michael. And there's this weird scenario of the doors opening at the next stop, and he was kind of hovering on around the door. It sort of fell out a little bit but fell back in, and then it was almost as if somebody just reached for him and just moved him outside, and the doors closed. And I wasn't sure if he needed to go out. I wasn't sure if this was a stop, but he was kind of in and out, and then he was just like pushed out. And we were going, oh my God. So you have to call in Archangel Michael for any situation, any scenario. that energy needs you to call on it to come in and break up this scenario. Very much protection energy. That came up today in one of my soul set boxes. The hybrids have audio messages, and in one of the recordings, the audio Christmas recordings, Archangel Michael came up. And I'm just looking now, we have blue. Archangel Michael's colour is blue. There's no real taste of that, just tastes like water. Interesting. Okay, so just for you, in case that there's a lot of difficulty, there's a lot of maybe bad news, so Archangel Michael will help you feel courage, to have bravery, to feel protected as you move out. I'm just seeing now I'm in blue as well. So let's look back at you. So we've got the Justice, some legal contracts, we've got the Hermit, time spent on your own, introspection, enlightening your life, learning about who you are so you can move forward with the light. And then we have the Tower. So the Tower is something collapsing, something change, something brand new is coming in, because through destruction, through the ending, through the collapse, something grows. So the next card is the Nine of Pentacles. So we're moving in to business. This is a businesswoman, can be a man, but this is someone who has learned how to grow money. She has these vines of grapes, and all the way up they've grown strong and tall, and she's tended to it. So whatever you've been working on, be it study, be it work, you've spent the hours, you've done the time, you've done the practice, the study, what needed to be done to earn money, to make yourself quite wealthy, let's say, or comfortable perhaps, rather than wealthy. And you've put time and effort into it. She is dressed in orange and red, so they're very much the lower chakras. So the identity, the willpower to keep going, the joy and the creativity with ideas, the grounding of the ideas, the building of wealth, the work, a material world she has built. And she's got the hawk here, so it's like the huntress. She's able to go out and find business, have business ideas, make something grow. And it's the 9. So 9 tends to be completion. So perhaps there's this period of completion. You've done a great deal. You've done some over and back with business. You've earned money. You've had money coming in. You have your castle here on the hill. So there's not much wanting, but you have had to do the work. So perhaps if the 7 of Pentacles is you choosing which way to go, the choice is difficult because you have done a lot of work. You have spent a lot of hours putting time in, growing these fruits on the vine, from tending to them from the tiniest plants and watching them grow. And that's the thing, you won't get to this place overnight. So when whatever is collapsing, it's a need to acknowledge that it doesn't just happen overnight, that there will be seeds that will have to be sown. There will be pruning that has to be done. You will need to guide your vines, put in the wood and bamboo to guide your vines upward. You'll need to, cut off the grapes in certain seasons at certain harvests, because they won't always taste sweet. The first grapes might not be sweet, and you might have to leave it for the next year and the next year. I know this year was a massive harvest for a lot of people in fruits and veg, because the earth does that. It gives you a wealth of fruit and veg, and maybe next year it might be less so it gives you a wealth in certain years. There's a particular name for it, but I've forgotten now. And she's tending to the garden, so she's still working, she's still doing stuff, she is still observing business, observing what needs to be done, looking at how she can create money. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands, fiery character, could be a fire sign or exhibits fiery energy, creative energy. This is often the witchy card, because you see she has a little cat here at the front. So it's often, you imagine the witch with the black cat. So she's kind of that lady who's into her potions and lotions. She likes going for walks in the wood, maybe herbalist, very much connected to nature. So there's this working life where you do tend to everything, but this accent of nature and natural world coming in as well. She's here with the sunflower, so it brings us sort of to the end of summer as well. So she's pointing ahead to that summer energy. You know, the wands are all about fire, so the sunshine, the heat, you know, all the oranges and yellows, the heat of the sun, the time of the sun, the season of the sun. We've also got the Leo lions here on the side. So again, fire energy is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We're still in Sagittarius, so could be pointing to that. So charisma, creative, loyal, full of love, full of energy, but passionate and fiery, and there's this connection to the land as well. With that wand, it's right down into the ground. So this connection to land, to passions, to fire within, and sunshiny spirit. It's that, you know, joyful energy. Some people just have a shiny personality. So it's bringing that forward, bringing that shiny personality. Maybe it's a way that you can evolve. Maybe you get your head down quite a lot. You put your head down, you're in business, you're posting daily, you know, you're sending out your reminders, you're doing the work, and this is saying, yeah, but remember your fire, remember why you're doing it, remember your passions. What are your passions now? As you move into the new year, have your passions changed? Are you evolving to be a bit more into the natural world? Do you want to work with the natural world a bit more? Do you want to study herbalism? Do you want to study aromatherapy? Do you want to use herbs and flowers or homeopathy? Is that what's lighting your fire? Is that where your energy is going? She's got a lot of energy, so there's a lot of energy that wants to go somewhere. So where is it going? What's she going to do? What are you going to do? And we've got the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is, it's going to come in quick, and you're going to know your direction, and you're going to speed forward in this. This can often be the Knight in shining armor, so someone coming in to sweep you off your feet, coming in quickly, suddenly coming in, very charismatic, very much wearing pink, so romantic, emotional connection, you know, coming in with a lot of ideas, a lot of communication. Those swords are all about communication, so there's communication coming in, there's messages coming in, and it's thick and fast. So the Knight can be sort of midlife. It's not an older person, it's not someone too young, it's kind of around midlife, and it's this, you know, sword, like, you know the direction you're going in. So you've gone from putting in your work effort and your time and building what you've got now, and then just recalibrating, just going, what are my passions? I've got this new fire, I've got this new energy that wants to go somewhere. So where are you going to go with it? You're going to have to go in a direction. You're going to have to choose your direction. You're going to have to know your direction. And this Knight knows. He knows exactly where he's going. And he's going at speed. Look at these trees. They're just billowing behind him because it's going so fast. So some sort of information, some sort of new energy is going to come sweeping in. So that's why it might sweep in and sweep you off your feet. Somebody might be very charismatic, might talk a lot, might bamboozle you with words, very poetic. But it's just that gathering up of you, that kind of, I'm going to sweep you up and I'm going to take you forward, and that's the energy. So you might find that over the Christmas period into New Year, that everybody reevaluates their year. Where am I? What's happening? Where do I want to go? You know, what are my goals? What are my New Year's resolutions? How am I going to set those up? And it's almost like there's a new energy coming on board for you, which is to do with work, because we still have the work as the underlying theme. So it's still a little bit to do with work. I'm thinking now farming. You know, he's at a farm, he's got corn. Is it that you're getting back to nature, getting back to the countryside? Is it that you're buying a farm? Is it that you're growing your own? Is it that you want to move into that sustainability element? Because whenever you have that energy, you'll burn up if you don't do anything with it, so you have to move forward quickly with it. Okay. I've got boxes of cards here, so I'm just going to go for the one on the top. and I'll get through them bit by bit, and I'll see what they say. So the first box we have is Healing with the Angels, Doreen Virtue. So let's get a message just to help us with that. It's definitely, oh, this has come out. Soulmate. And I love this card. Isn't that picture just beautiful? It's so sweet. Soulmate. So there could be a soulmate energy coming in. Soulmates don't have to be lovers. They can be just people that you're connected to at soul level, soul family, soul tribe. So there might be a wave of new energy coming in that links you with soul tribe and soul energy, but also your soulmate may be stepping forward. And so you may have, oh, that could be the big change as well. So there's big change. Oh, interesting. Okay. So you've been this, you know, structured person. You've brought balance into your life. You've had to abide by the rules. You've spent quite a bit of time on your own, building your own inner light. You know, who are you? Finding out what you're about. They say work on yourself first, right? And then major change comes in to change the people that you're around, to change the home that you're in. Major change comes in to change your life. You're looking at everything you've built, and you've done it by yourself because you're the hermit. You've done it by yourself. You earned your money. You're independent. You're able to sustain yourself. So that's the character that you are. But you still have passion. You still have fire. You still have all of this energy. You're seductive. You're passionate. You want to have this sensual expression of who you are. You want to, you know, summertime is great because you just kind of just feel this energy, this boost of energy. And this is the knight in shining armor coming in, which, look, they're the same color. Purples and blues, purples, pinks and blues. So soulmate energy is coming in for you. Now another card did come out as well. Actually 3 cards come out. So we've got soulmate energy, we've got playfulness. So don't take things too seriously. Don't be like the justice. Don't be like a judge or a barrister. Don't be too harsh or strict or sharp like the sword. Be playful. Whatever is happening right now with you, whoever you're communicating with in a playful way, keep it playful. Don't go too serious too quick. Friendships. So again, the soulmate could be your soul tribe. Could be that you have a friendship with someone and then suddenly it's kind of, is it becoming something more? Is it best to start a relationship by building friendships? By having that friendship level? By being playful? You know, hanging out, chatting, playing music, reading together. You know, they're just having a lovely time. No pressure, no stresses of life. Don't bring the stresses of life into it. Keep it friendly, keep it playful, and this could be your soulmate relationship. Well, thank you, angels. Oh, and on the back of it, it's got blessings. So the angels are sending blessings, and the blessings of the soulmate down to us. And that's lovely as well because it's like a winter scene. So you've got the houses there, they're covered in snow, so very Christmassy. And you've got her with the flowers, almost like snow. And it's almost like stars or little snow flakes around her as well. So very much of the time. So Christmas blessings are going to be upon you, and pay attention to what happens because it looks like it's good. So you may just bump into your soulmate over Christmas. Christmas is a sociable time. That could be the thing that changes your life. That could be the thing that makes you move out of where you are, makes you leave your home, makes you return to somewhere in the countryside, to a farm. You've spent a lot of time on your own, you've lived a lot on your own, learned a lot, but you're still fiery, you're still passionate, you still want that love, you still want that relationship, and it's here. Soulmate relationship is here. Okay, so we're going now to John Holland, Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and 1 has fallen out, so we'll just go with that. Is it 1? Yeah, 1. Well-deserved reward. Okay, so this means, and you can see he's on his own here. This is a 9, so this is completion of cycle of you on your own. We have completed that cycle. Do you know 2025 is a 9 year? So 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. 2026 is a 1 year. So 1 is the brand new beginning. 9, 2025 is the ending, completion. Something's coming to completion and you are standing aloft here. Yes, you're on your own, but it's completion of this cycle and you have earned a well-deserved reward. So the rewards are coming for you. A place of position. And it's like, this is like the tower. So it's like he has finally built something. This had cracks in it. It was falling down. You have built something with structure, with stability. This is going to last. It's almost like it's pure gold. So this is a good place to stand. Not here. You can't stay here. You have to leave. But you've finally found this structured place that holds you, that supports you, that you're able to depend upon. And you've spent all this time achieving it and you've finally got it. The cycle is complete. The well-deserved reward is about to be given to you. Is it a soulmate reward? Who knows? But beautiful, beautiful that you're getting your just rewards. I think that's very fitting considering what you've been through. You've been through quite a lot. And oh, I thought it was the other book, but this is actually the guides. Ask your guides. So we'll just do that one as well. I think you deserve to be rewarded. I think you deserve good times. I think 2026 is a brand new start. So it's going to allow you to have this new beginning, this soulmate, this knight in shining armor, this new life with better structure, better foundations. And you know, you have put in time and effort over the years and it's not all been pleasant. You've had to go through difficult times, as with the tower. Maybe you felt lonely, maybe you were in something, in some contract, but you felt actually that you were on your own. Even though you can be in a couple and you can still feel alone. You can be in a room full of people and be the loneliest person in the room. So then it's like difficulty happens, the tower moment happens, and you focus on your work. You get up, you do your 9 to 5, it gives you some structure, gives you something to go for, but you've still got that yearning, inside of you. And then you see which way you want to go, you know your direction and you're going to give it a go. You're going to shoot your shot, as they say. And then that brings us into playful energy, friendship energy, soulmate energy. Nothing too serious. Just enjoy the playfulness of it all because you deserve it. You deserve it. And then we have devotion, which is nature spirits. This picture is actually on the back of all of the cards. And it's a beautiful sunset. We've got the angels, the nature beings bringing in stars. So I was just looking at the card for the number and it's 44. 4 is about structure. 4 is double the structure, double the stability, double the security. So whatever is coming in, it's double 4. So it's bringing you that stability that you didn't have with the tower because it was crumbling. And it's bringing you that strong structure that you can stand upon. This is something you can rely on. And it's nature spirits, so it's about getting back to nature. It's about connecting with the natural world, a little bit like the 7 of Wands, a little bit like we said about the Queen of Wands, nature, natural products, natural world. What is the world delivering to you? So it says, inspiration, contemplation, nature, faith. The presence of God is everywhere. So if you feel disconnected from the divine, you're the one who left. Your nature spirits are beckoning you back to a place of awareness that reconnects you to your source. Do not allow your mind to isolate you in fear or get stuck dwelling on misery. Instead, go outside and take in the natural world, which is a beautiful gift for you to enjoy. See the divine all around you. Focus on the beauty, power, and holiness that nature affirms. Humbly surrender to this greatest of forces, present in all things, including you. Your nature spirit's message. Breathe in the divine. You are in God, and God is in you. Lovely. Okay, shall we get one more of those? Because that's quite nice. And look, it's so funny because that's it. And it's the same card, front and back. We'll do one more. I can smell my neighbours cooking. Very nice. How are you all doing? Are you still with me? Give me a thumbs up if you are. If you're still with me, just give me a thumbs up. It really helps algorithms. And if you think it resonates, if you think it makes sense, leave a comment. Always lovely to read for you. Even though I don't know half of you are. But if you leave a comment, even tell me where you're watching from. You know, what country. How far has my reading gone? So can we have one more of these, please, for the collective? And then I'll do one more card. I've got one more deck. Well, I've got two decks. Do you want colour or do you want Lenormand? I'm thinking Lenormand. Okay, so that one tossed over. We have Solitude, Higher Self. This came up in one of the Christmas messages earlier as well. It's number 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 4, again, structure. Where do you want to get your structure? And it's kind of saying that natural world again. So we've got the tree, and you're sitting underneath the tree, meditating. We're back up against the tree, but part of you is this higher self being. So it's understanding that it's not just you who you think you are in your body, but allow yourself to expand. And sometimes sitting next to a tree or focusing on a tree can help you. Being in nature can help you. And knowing that you have that connection to nature, you're able to feel the energy of plants and trees and animals, birds and insects. And it kind of surrounds you and helps heal you. So anytime you feel, and it's basically this as well, anytime you feel solitude, anytime you feel alone, go back to nature, go back to the animals, go back to the trees, go for a walk in the park. You know, if you're surrounded by buildings the whole time, just go for a walk through the park. It's almost like the trees, because their energy extends out from them, so you don't have to be right up against hugging a tree to feel it. Their energy extends out. So as you walk past, it's like you're being cleared and cleansed and caressed by their energy. So if you want to heal, if you're ill, go sit next to a tree. Go for a walk in the park. It will really help you. Nature heals. So we'll see what it says, just as a backup to what I've just said. 13, okay. It says observation, contemplation, renewal, listening. Your desire to seek solitude is appropriate at this time, which is a little bit different to what we had said, but anyway. You're being counseled by your higher self to retreat, to renew your soul through quiet contemplation. Your nervous system has been overstimulated and you can't absorb any more input from the outer world. Step away and give yourself the necessary peace and time alone you require to revitalize your system. In doing so, you begin to sense, feel, and even hear the voice of the higher self, but only when you step into a more natural surroundings. Reconnect with nature in whatever way is practical given your circumstances. Fully open your heart to your higher self, and even if you fear that you can't make contact, you are making contact. Furthermore, your higher self asks you to take your time when contemplating your circumstances and considering your options. We said that. There's no rush. Take it peacefully. Take it playfully. There's no need to panic. There's no need to rush. There is no emergency. Resist the temptation to yield to any sense of urgency. Your true direction will make itself known if you're patient. Oops. Your higher self also alerts you to the fact that not all necessary pieces of information to make the best decisions may be apparent yet. Your higher self wisely counsels that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is do nothing. The message: be quiet and wait. So that's interesting. So if you're feeling that, it can be that you feel pressured, that you feel this decision making time is coming. What decision? I have to make a decision. It's just saying, hang fire. We'll get through Christmas. We're understanding that things are changing, and actually it's best not to make any rash decision yet, because the players on the chessboard are changing. There are people coming into our lives and people moving out of our lives. There's a new soulmate energy around, which we don't want to rush. We don't want to push it. So be aware that even though this energy is coming in, you are still on your own till this energy and you come into marriage or cohabitation or whatever it is. But right now, you're still, even if you're dating, you're still a single person dating. So it's about nourishing yourself, about no panic, about using the natural world to help keep you peaceful, keep you calm. You know, if you feel agitated, go sit in nature for 10 minutes and it'll just bring your energy down. I'm sure they've done research on all the cardio rhythms and blood pressure and brain waves, etc., about what happens when you sit in nature. So look it up, because it's just a way to just calm and heal the body. And then whatever comes in, you're not reaching for it, you're not panicking, you're not attaching too much. You're just being playful, high energy, clear energy. Clear energy is attractive. Clear energy is the kind of energy you want to, show the world. And on the back we've just got appreciation, and we've got flowers there, someone giving flowers. So again, this natural energy, natural world. Maybe someone's going to give you a bunch of flowers. Maybe that's your soulmate bringing you flowers for Christmas, for the new year, for whatever reason, no reason. We'll just go the Lenormand now. Lenormand, yes. I always have trouble saying it. It's getting dark outside. Okay, so can we have something that will tell us a little bit more about this, please? Sorry for hearing people sneezing outside. I have the windows open. It's not terribly cold. It's a lovely, still, grey, dull, winter, mild day. So it's got that kind of nice, let's sit in and watch a movie and have some whiskey. I got gifted some whiskey yesterday, and I'm thinking, a bit of a sore throat coming on. Medicinal whiskey, huh? Maybe. Oh, thank you. So, let's just see what that says. Oh, it's house. Oh, it's number 4. Stability, structure, home. Creating this home environment, creating this structure in your life, creating this family home, creating this place where you feel safe, secure. The tower has fallen and we are rebuilding the house. And we've got 2 people there. Can you see the 2 people just going, kind of getting ready to go through the door? And there's some other people around there as well. So it's almost like a manor house at a farm, or there's some children there as well. Let's see what that says. So very much family structure. Yeah, it looks quite good. Let's see what it says. It says family, stability, real estate, protection. The house card brings comfort, stability, and feelings of protection. It refers to something important that may require much energy. This can be a house, inner circle of family or friends, hobbies, business, or everyday duties. At the same time, the house indicates success and protects you from unpleasant issues. The house is about having the courage and desire to fight for one's own interests. It conveys rest, confidence in the future, and the secure feeling of being in your own place on your own terms. It symbolizes people closely connected with the notion of home, households, blood relatives, owners, sellers of real estate, landowners, domestic workers. It brings a feeling of stability and strong ties, devotion of traditions. Everything connected with family life and home, and that makes me think of Christmas. Christmas, families getting together, celebrating Christmas, family home, traditions, that type of thing. It's stable employment. If you have a small family business, it will grow. You might have low expenses. And well-being, it's the acquisition of one's own accommodation or issues about real estate, mortgage, domestic expenses, etc. That could be back to the legal aspect that we had as well, because it could be to do with contracts of tenancy or mortgages as well. Let's get one more before we finish, and then I'm going to have to finish because someone keeps coughing outside the window. Okay. Oh, mountain. So mountain is like there are still challenges ahead. It's not all plain sailing. There will be still mountains to climb. But what I'm seeing as well from this, just intuitively, is we can see better when we're up the mountain. We have a greater vista. So as you go through these challenges, you're able to see a lot more. You're able to understand. Your eyes can reach further. So you might have been quite narrow in your vision before, but as you get to the top of the mountain, you've got more vision, you've got more expanse, you can take more in. So the world reveals to you a lot more as you get over your challenges. So challenges come always, you've got peaks and lows, but you can get through the mountain. So there might be a period of, you might actually be literally over the Christmas period deciding to go with your family and climb a mountain, go up for a mountain. A lot of people I know in Ireland and Donegal climb Errigal all times of the year, but it can be a New Year thing, walking through Glenveigh, New Year. So there's a lot of that type of energy around. Let me find something nice that it says. So there could be a barrier to the desired outcome that you're having to get over. You need to search for workarounds to this issue. You need to look for other ways to solve it. Look at different angles. The obstacles may ultimately prove to be valuable lessons. It can signal compliance with agreements, adherence to rules and authority. So again, that brings us back to the Justice card. So there may be something official coming in as well for you at some point. So you might be suffering loneliness and isolation, which is why this energy that's coming in is lovely. You might feel that you get an opportunity, you take it, and then, you've got another mountain ahead, and it's like, what next? Where am I going? And then you challenge that, you get over that challenge, and there's another mountain ahead. So it's just that constant little challenges that keep coming up for you. Yeah, be aware of that. Be aware of that. And it's come with the 4, so it also could point to challenges within the family, within the traditions as well. I'm going to sneeze. Can I just have one more card before I sneeze? Excuse me. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneeze on screen. Sorry, I'll just wash my hands. Bear with me. Sorry about that. I thought I could catch it, but there you go. You see, I'm telling you, I need a little bit of whiskey. I'm not going to mix it with. I don't have lemon. I have cloves. I have a hot whiskey. I've got honey and whiskey. What do we think? Give me your best suggestions below. Okay, cross. We've got cross. So again, cross could be a religious element. Christmas is all about religion. It could be that this has been a bit of a cross for you to bear. You have definitely been through a difficult period. You're coming out of that difficult period now. A level of devotion to yourself, a level of devotion to your belief. We've got 3, 6, and 3 and 6 is 9. So 3, 6, 9 are the magic numbers. But just be. It's that suffering that Christmas can be a time where yes, it's wonderful, and the lights and the presents and the family and everything's lovely in the movies, and it's all very Disney. But it can also be very difficult for people, and they can suffer, and they can face. Christmas can be a challenge, and it can be a challenge if you're on your own as well. If you're single or on your own, it can be very difficult because everything is based around family. So understand that of people. Understand that, not everybody sees it your way, and that people have challenges and personal challenges. And even, when you think about it, if you've been living by yourself and you regroup as a family, it's classic, isn't it? Like all the grown-up children coming back home for Christmas to spend Christmas with the parents, and how everybody's different because they're all adults now, and they have their different ways and their how they are, what they eat, things that are important to them, which the parents don't realize because they still see them as their children, and there's this dynamic which can be difficult as well. Bringing all of that together can be a bit difficult. So that can be a challenge as well at Christmas, and it's not happy for everyone. It can be very stressful and very difficult because we put so much emotional attachment onto this month that for those who don't make the mark, as it were, for those who don't fit into that mold, it can be very emotionally difficult. So bear that in mind. So destiny, karma, some sort of burden, difficult life lessons that are necessary for learning. So whatever it is, whatever this pain is, it is a life lesson that's going to teach you something. You are going to learn from it. There's a transformation happening with you, in you, and you're rethinking who you are. It's like that snake. Everything that you were, you're having to rethink. You're having to rethink your core values. Fate, karma, tests, spirit. And this is so you can move into the better goals. This is so you can move higher. But just be mindful of there might be a difficult period coming up, or that the energy that you've come out of, that's why it happened, to teach you something. It's like a trial or a test. You're learning something from this. Yeah, sorry, I can hear the coughing and it's bugging me. So I'm going to leave that there with you. The new energy that's coming in is friendship, playfulness, and soulmate energy. Remember this, whatever you're going through, remember this energy, because this is the energy of the new year. You have been through it, you have learnt your lessons, and you're now going to get your well-deserved reward. So I wish you many blessings, many gifts, a wonderful Christmas. Take it easy, take it slow into the new year. No rush, no panic. Don't have to do the resolutions. You don't have to do any of that. It's not an obligation. You can just go in and be you, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Enjoy your Christmas and Happy New Year. And I will see you, if not before, I will see you in January. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.